Morning, everybody. So, today I have come with this discussion topic of student life and career. The term career is much more felt effective in the student life. Once somebody has crossed the student life, then the term career does not seem to be that much effective or that much like unknown. Actually, we are in a period where education has got lots of importance. So, student life is assumed and it is regarded as the prime time, the most energetic period of anybody's life, any human being. So, uh, during that period, the term career finds a lot of importance, and at the same time, the actual reality or the success of knowing the career and becoming successful in that also seems that much like inadequate. I will say inadequate because till now, all the students who have done their degrees, their studies well, have not got a proper place in their career. The career term actually it is somewhere else, and the confusion lies in the period only of student life that students seem to have a lot of problems. So what is the reason? Means in my life I have found that during that period of student life we face a lot of problems which uh, give rise to like a lot of frustration also, and somehow we manage, that is true, but uh, required guidance is still lacking. In the schools and colleges, we still find that the term counseling is not proper, because getting into a job and entering the job life is not enough, because during that job also we might face a lot of problem. So the term career is not adequately discussed, adequately it is available in our society, that we can like say that yes, somebody who has got education, somebody who has done their degrees well is or would be well established in his or her life. So in my life I have individually encountered certain reasons, causes, which I would like to discuss, and if you all also have some related points to say, then please kindly share those points. So during the entire student life we find that we get a lot of information, we get a lot of advices to follow by various persons, but whom to follow and whom not to follow. That was one point, that there would be many people around us who would like to give their advices, starting from the home, then the educational institutes, then the various books that we read, because different writers would also like to give their consent about building up a career. So whom to listen and whom not to listen. And then um, there is one more point which is very much important, is the kind of skills which we have, the skills development. Skills we might have, each and individual would be having skills, and at the same time it is true that all our skills are not the same. Some talents we would be having, each of us we were young, when we were children, at that time, we would be having some talent or the other. Because in a class of about 30 to 35 students, not all the students and the individual talents would not be the same. So if they are advised one particular like stream or profession or job life, that is not enough. I feel that each of one has got different talents, and each of us have got different skills. So skills are something which we like, it is from our heart and mind, that somebody is good in the stream of arts, co-curricular activities, or somebody is really good in studies. Not all the students would be good in studies, that is true. So what about the rest of the students? Are they having no talents? That is not true. If somebody has found interest in studies, then he or she would be good in that uh, studies only, the meritorious students. But the rest of the students would be having other skills. So how can anybody know his or her own talent, own skills? So that is something that the small children need to be nurtured from their very childhood. So once they have the students, small children, they are aware of their own talent, then it would be encouraging for them. And then uh, it is also not true that he or she would be going in that particular field. If somebody is good in dancing, that doesn't mean that he or she would be going becoming a dancer or a singer. He or she might have other talents also. So the next point which is important is that we can develop our skills, we can develop other skills also, other talents also, because today's world there is lots of competition and we need to keep updating ourselves. uh, Anybody who is a government employee, he or she would also have to keep updating with the newer technologies, then newer endeavors. There are lots of newer uh, updation actually. Starting from that, in today's world we find that one has to be aware of the online businesses, what online media are all about. One should be aware of that. So updation is a second point that anybody has to do. So skills development, we have to develop our skills. We can always learn more skills, because I remember that in our earlier generation, the knowledge of spoken English, writing English was not that much prevalent. But in today's time, it is required. If somebody is not having fluency, then he or she faces a lot of problems. So learning languages always benefits us, and other talents also. We can keep on adding more talents, more skills to our career. So that was one point. Next, that during the student period, the students are actually in the process of growing. It is their youth, and they would be growing more. So they tend to become dependent upon various people, starting from the home, of course. What would the parents say? Means they are dependent upon the parents. Next is dependency upon friend circle or the teaching staff also, because in a class it is very much viable that some friendly teacher or friendly advisor is there around us, but he or she might not be able to give a guidance in the entire life. So the students should not be dependent upon them, upon the parents also, and whoever is giving some kind of advices. or somebody who is really good in some profession, he or she might not be able to give a guidance in each and every step of the student life, because student life faces many hurdles, and during that period the student might not get help. So that is one problem, that if the student is becoming dependent on so and so person, then he would not be exercising his or her own talent. Each of one of us is having an individual talent, and our life mission is also different. It is not sure that all our hurdles or problems of life would be exactly the same that the other person has faced. Somebody who is already established in some profession, we might get inspired from them, and we want to like to follow them, like whatever he or she is doing, let me also follow that path. But when I am following somebody like that, then my problems would not be, it is not going to be exactly the same of the professional expertise. So we need to build the students need to build the own dependency, not to become dependent on somebody else, but self dependent. Like whatever problems, health problems, or like interview did not go well, so the self should be built up, the self confidence should be built up, so that even after lots of rejection, lots of negative impacts, lots of failure, he or she be able to stand on their own feet and then face life's problem, various problem. It could be related to health, it could be related to economy, it could be related to friends circle, then it could be related to family, or it could be related to, because nowadays it is so much of competition, so lots of discriminant happen in our society or the offices also. So one has to build their self in order to face various kinds of problem. I feel so, because even I have faced failures and lots of rejection, and even after like facing all those rejection also, all those failures, I do not find myself like somewhere lacking, because I have faced during my career also, nobody helped me in building, like go through this path or that path, but the comparison used to happen, a lots of comparison used to be made. So during the student life, that had like affected me. Today it does not. So that self confidence build up is very much important. Whatever the situation may be, we can stand on our own feet and face various problems of life, so that dependency of students on other people should not be there. I have actually written some of the points, and there are lots of points, so I'm not going to discuss all of them. uh, with examples, with proper case studies, actually these points become relevant. Then comes the expectation for a student, actually the expectation of other people upon us, upon my soldier, that matters a lot. Our emotion is as such that we tend to go through the path where the expectation of other people becomes much more greater than what my actual talent are, what I really want to do. So that expectation really gives problem. Expectation could be that from the parents, the family, teachers, friends, peer pressure. Then comes the society at a large. So the expectation would be really high from other people, but individual student has to know what my limits are, how far I can go, how far I can extend my skills, develop my skills, and do certain works. We cannot exceed our limits. So that is very important, that expectation should not ruin our individual skills and talents for a student. Then another concept in our society, that there used to be a concept that anybody who studies, a student, should have a permanent job, a government job. So if you do not get that, then you are like not good for anything. Whatever your studies you have done, whatever degrees you have got, it is of no value if you do not get a permanent job. But just see the today's world, how much government jobs are there, and what is the actual concept of permanent job. Today we find that the concept of permanent job has really got mixed with various kinds of uh, temporary jobs, like the 1 year job or 2 year job. So those jobs are also cherished. We can always do those jobs. Okay, my camera condition gives problems sometime. Okay, it's working again. So 16 minutes has already gone. I will try to wind up. There are more actually topics that I want to speak on. So maybe I will make small videos and shorts, that will work. So the concept of permanent job is not there in our society. It has really changed the concept of permanent jobs. The concept of getting pension is not being given, and pension scheme has changed. Next is updation with technology. One has to keep updating with whatever newer things have come to the job market. That has to be done. Keep updating. Like today we have got the smartphones which were not there about 20 years back. So at that time computer was new, and even earlier to that, like about 40 years back, the concept of computer was not there. People had to do everything on notepads and then keep the hard copies. So today it is for the facilitation of the work business only that newer technologies has come. So we need to learn. Our learning in the where in various spheres, various technologies, various updation should be there. Next, health condition. The student has to really care about their health condition, because one might have, anybody might have health problems. So a healthy life should be there in his or her aim. The like the whole goal of life, health is very important. And there are few more topics which are there. I will make small videos and video lectures, so that those become much more discussable. We need to discuss about the student's career and the student life. Thank you.